The last thing I'm going to do before I go to bed tonight is do a review of the issue 547 of Celestial Toyroom magazine. This is, as you can see, this edition is much thicker than the previous issues of. There's actually 3 times as much content in it, because the Celestial Toyroom isn't published every month now. It's published quarterly. It's there's a photograph on the front cover of it of the Doctor in his original incarnation, played by William Hartnell, with his granddaughter Susan and the TARDIS. But there's much more content in Celestial Toyroom magazine, because it isn't published every month, and it's published quarterly, and it's published 4 times a year, and there's 3 times as much content in each issue. Right, Celestial Toyroom Society announcements. A new coordinator. We're pleased to announce that with effect from 1st of December 2023, Tony Jordan has been appointed Society Coordinator. Tony has decades of experience within Doctor Who fandom, having previously served as coordinator in the mid-1980s. He was editor of Celestial Toyroom for 3 years and established DWAS on social media. More recently, he launched and continues to organise the Capital. We look forward to Tony leading us towards Society's 50th anniversary in 2026. Tony said it's an enormous honour to be asked to take on the role and become the first person to serve twice as coordinator. To work together with my colleagues on the executive, I'm looking forward to taking WAS into its new era. I thank you. We would like to thank Nicholas Hollands for his work assembling Celestial Toyroom over the past 8 years. The task of putting CT's many different articles together into a form that can be printed and then mailed out is an essential part of production, but one that often goes unnoticed. Nick bowed out with the previous edition of CT 546, and all at CT Towers are very grateful for his dedication and wish him well. There's so much content to cram into this 60th issue that there's simply no more space. Best wishes, James Ashworth, DWS Online. So this is the editor is James Ashworth. The front cover Alistair Pearson with digital rendering by David Lavelle. Back cover Paul Pitford. Editorial assistant Bruce Nicholson. Honorary president Colin Baker. That's the sixth. I think that's the 6th Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that's the 6th Doctor Who. Contact us by email, ct@dwsonline.co.uk. Follow DWS on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at DWAS Online. Visit the DWAS website, www.dwsonline.co.uk. Right. Celestial Toyroom 547 is copyright DWS 2023. Article text remain the copyright of their contributors, and views expressed within are those of the individual concerned and not necessarily of DWS. Doctor Who is copyright 1963 to 2023 BBC, and this publication does not seek to infringe this or other copyrights or licenses. This magazine is published independently of and is neither licensed nor endorsed by BBC Studios or the BBC. All screen caps from Doctor Who and associated works. Copyright BBC. Right, I'm going to do a brief run through of the contents now. The return of the Star Beast. It must be obvious to even the most remote. Words by Hamish Crawford. Meeps by Paul Pickford. It must be obvious to even the most remote hermitages of Doctor Who fandom that the series is entering its 7th decade by rewinding the clock to the 2000s by way of the late 1970s with a heady dash of 1966 psychedelia. It's hardly surprising, given the rocky decade or so of TARDIS travel, that returning Grandmaster Russell T Davies was looked to 3 of the series' golden ages. We can discuss the 2000s and 1966 another time, but it seems the Doctor was dead wrong about 1979 in City of Death. I've reviewed that, the DVD of that one, City of Death. The year was no table wine after all. It was Premier Cru, a delightful vintage to be sipped and savoured again and again for all time. It remains a particular testament to the collective boneheadedness of Doctor Who fandom that they poured scorn on so towering a peak, perhaps the all-time peak, despite what Gary Russell and other reviewers may have said. 16.1 million people can't be wrong, and about 10 million of them stuck around to the end of the season. With Douglas Adams, the series had a script editor plugged straight into the vanguard of science fiction, and people were sitting up and taking note. In New Scientist, hardly a lightweight publication, Tim Robinson, I've got a few issues of that. I might do a review with one of them. So Tim Robinson declared that thanks to its mind-bending technical backcloth, the series had taken on a new lease of life. Right, that's a letter that someone's written there. Life is more fun if you play games. Roald Dahl. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the contents of this because, as I said, there's 3 times as much content in each issue of the magazine now than what there used to be. Comic reviews: Once Upon a Time Lord, Gods and Monsters, Amiga and Unearthly Child 60th anniversary. That's a Sontaran there. Ugly looking fella, isn't he? I'm not going to go into as much detail about the contents of Celestial Toyroom magazines because, as what I did previously, because As I said, there's 3 times as much content in them. These are the back pages here. I'm still waiting to hear whether I've sent off an article to be published in the Celestial Toyroom. I'm still waiting to hear about it. If it got the article if it got published, I'll review the issue of the magazine that it's published in. I can't get it. New Doctor Who Adventures compiled by Richard Unwin. That's it. If you're interested in getting more idea of the contents of this issue of the Celestial Toyroom magazine, just send off for it. Send off for it. Become a member of Doctor Who Appreciation Society, and know that they'll send you issues of this. They'll send you issues. They'll send you every issue of this magazine that is published. But I'm still waiting to hear whether they're going to hear whether they're going to publish my article that I sent off to him, which is about the Doctor Who screenwriters known who were nicknamed the Bristol Boys. Anyway, I've got a few more things I want to review soon. I'll go through a few more pages. Cool things. The 5 Doctors. There were no less than 5 teleplay versions of the 5 Doctors. The 1980 88-minute cuts broadcast in the UK and the USA respectively. The 4-episode edit, the Blu-ray release of the original 90-minute transmission with new CGI, and the 122-minute special edition featuring upgraded visual effects and additional scenes and different takes. We're working off the latter. Edward Warwick was the 2nd Doctor to play the 1st Doctor. Still with us. We're about to see a 3rd, not played by John Pertwee, and the tradition will continue until the time of writing with David Bradley. That's Tegan Jovanka there. She started off during the tail end of Tom Baker's reign as a Doctor, and anyway,